Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. In today's video, I thought I'd tell you how you can syringe train your bird just in case they need to have some medicine at some point in their life. Now, in case you're wondering, this is Kipling. He hasn't been in many of our videos because he is new and he's a little bit nervous of hands. So he is on my sleeve today and we're going to see if he wants to take part in the video or not. Good boy. So far we're doing really well and we're going to tell you how you can syringe train your bird. Now, it's really important to syringe train your bird before they get sick because you don't want to be doing that when they are sick and you need them to take medication. You want them to participate voluntarily and have enough time to train the behaviour. Now, for syringe training, I normally use a 1 ml syringe because birds don't really need a whole lot of medication. So normally 1 ml is enough and what they'll normally be prescribed, and you can start with this. Now, the best way to start with syringe training is beginning with target training if your bird doesn't know that already. Target training is essentially where they have to touch their beak or their tongue very gently to the end of a stick, and this is a great way of establishing a training routine and also getting them used to touching their beak or mouth onto objects. Once your bird understands the concept of target training, it's then worth moving on to the actual syringe training itself. Now, we typically use some diluted juice. You can juice your own fruits or just use one with less additives and mix it with a little bit of water and then pop it in the syringe. Now, it's really important when you are doing syringe training to allow your bird to touch the end of the syringe for a treat. So they touch the syringe, they get a treat. Touch the syringe, get a treat. If you're just expecting your bird to interact with the syringe with a tasty liquid in there and that's it, you're going to have problems down the line because you're almost tricking your bird when you do give them medication into taking a really nasty tasting liquid, and then quite often they won't actually complete the rest of the behaviour, and then you'll have to find creative ways of getting the medication in your bird because they'll be like, well, you've given me tasty juice when I've been doing the training, and then today you're doing disgusting juice and there's no kind of consequence other than a horrible tasting liquid. So when you are doing syringe training, it's really important that your bird interacts with the syringe and then gets a reinforcer afterwards. So in this case, we are using hemp seeds with our birds and they are a very top tier treat. We also use sunflower seeds and millet, and then that way all they have to do is interact with that syringe in some way, and then they know that they get a top tier primary reinforcer afterwards known as a treat. So this is the best way to do it, and then they'll know going forward that they just have to interact with that syringe and then good stuff's coming. So what you can do over time is actually change up the liquid that you offer in the syringe. So you can use different kinds of diluted fruit juice and water as well. So they kind of taste a lot of different things, so the taste changing doesn't become an issue for them. And after they are used to kind of sampling the slight taste of liquid or just interacting with a syringe with different coloured liquids in there, it's really important to actually start dispensing some of that liquid to them. Now, the best way to do this is just to touch the syringe ever so slightly so a little droplet comes out and hangs on the end, and then again offer your bird the syringe to touch, and they will take on some of that liquid as they do it. They'll probably shake their heads, still reinforced for that because they have interacted with that liquid. You want to keep reinforcing that interaction with the liquid and with the syringe with a treat, and they will shake their heads for a bit just because it's an unusual sensation. And then over time, with repetition and with understanding that it's okay to interact with this, they will start to take some of the droplets. It's taken Olive about 3 training sessions to realise that, hey, there is really yummy juice in here and I'm going to keep taking this. Now, when you are offering the syringe, it's important to come from one side rather than directly in front of your bird. You don't want to be shoving the syringe down their throat or in their mouth. You want your bird to come to the syringe and actively take the liquid from there. Now, you don't want to be dispensing too much liquid either because you don't want it going down the wrong way and your bird being in a bit of trouble there. So just offer them drop by drop, let them take it, give them a treat. And again, if it means that your bird has to take kind of a couple of different droplets of the medication because they're getting a treat, that's fine. It's a much better way of having your bird cooperate in their veterinary care by voluntarily taking the medication rather than having to be toweled up and then restrained several times a day or however long it takes to interact with medication and all that kind of stuff. And you really do break a lot of trust when you're having to do those sorts of things. So if you can train this in a voluntary way, you're going to have more success, less chance of your bond breaking, and also it gives your birds a choice. Now, choice is so important when we're interacting with our birds, with training and with their just general well-being, because it means that they have a say in what's going on. Now, while taking medication may not be a choice in itself, actually having the option to voluntarily participate and interact with a training session or not is so valuable, and it shows such a level of trust and understanding between you and your bird. So do give it a go with your birds and don't rush it, but do try and train it before you need to do it. We all hope that our birds never get sick, but if we've got these kind of behaviours in our training bank and they know how to do them, then it means when that time does come around, or if it does come around, because it may never, then you can be prepared and your bird can be prepared, and we can take more of the stress out of that kind of situation. So that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed learning how to syringe train your bird. Kipling has done an amazing job at behaving himself. I'm very impressed with his first taking part in one of my videos. Louis is just on top of their cage out of shot there, and he's playing with a straw like Kipling is. It's full of hemp seeds. It's a great little foraging foot toy. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you syringe train your birds and how it goes. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching and thank you for your support. Take care and see you later.